This is Africa.
What do you think?
This is incredible.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Like I already said, I wanted to go to a desert so badly, and this is seriously, I mean, you couldn't beat it. It's, I mean, you want to look down and your stomach kind of drops because you're up so high, and it's just like, it keeps going on.
And the sand's soft on your feet.
Yeah, soft and warm, it feels so
like
good.
Crazy curved everywhere, and the sun's setting over there with
the ocean right by the sand dune desert.
Which is what we're going to see is the sunset.
God, it's going to be unreal. It's crazy. This is a pretty epic day one.
After the dangerous 1,000-foot trek that we just encountered up this dune, nothing quenches my thirst better than this delicious grape appetizer.
Josh, what do you think of Namibia so far?
I'm loving Namibia right now.
Yeah, what strikes you as different?
What you see behind you strikes me as different. Okay. It's just I would I would expect it to be more desert and arid, but I mean, you can see Dutch-esque buildings.
All right. Well, what'd you think of that sand dunes?
It was pretty cool. I mean, you don't get to do it very often. Laney was saying us and Anderson Cooper are the only people she knows that have done it. So.
Anderson Cooper.
Apparently, according to Laney, he did it on Good Morning America.
No, that's not Anderson Cooper. That was
someone.
It's
Laney was saying Anderson
Matt
Cooper.
Lauer. It was Matt Lauer.
Well, she was the one who said Anderson Cooper.
All right. Well, we'll have to have Laney back on film to talk about that. So, how's your trip been so far?
It's been definitely an experience. The travel was a long time. Greg, stop. It was a long travel, but once we got here, it's been awesome. I can't wait to see the animals and everything. Saw a couple on the way or on the drive, but it was fun.
Okay, tell us about like where we are, what's going on here.
Well, we're at a seal refuge or reserve colony, seal colony congregation, and it smells pretty bad, but just this view, I mean, it's amazing. Like, I've never seen anything like this. It's pretty wild. And you can see all the seals out there in the surf. Those waves are huge, and they're just out there living it up. It's good stuff.
Thanks. Go ahead.
We're at a sea colony right now, and I thought it was just the coolest thing. I saw probably a mama seal, maybe 2 mama seals with their 4 little babies going through the water. And there's tons fighting, but it's probably one of the coolest things I think I've seen so far.
Behind everybody else. And then these 2 little native kids came running past me, probably laughed at me at least twice. I was like, okay, put this in perspective. They're 10, you're 18. You used to play varsity sports. You should be able to do this. So, I gave it my heart and my soul. And I made it up here. And now, I'm breathing very hardly. Got nothing else for you.
Reagan, what do you think?
This is magnificent. And lots of humongous rocks that we're climbing, no problem. And Joey's doing great, despite his stress fracture.
He always makes faces behind me when I film. Have you ever noticed?
I know.
He does.
You
Yeah, that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Joey, you're bleeding.
And we're talking about how this looks just like the
Bleeding,
Lion
Joey.
King, and it's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to see the view from the top. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Cool,
I'm very
thanks.
excited.
Thanks.
Well, right now we're at some sort of plateau thing on top of everywhere we've walked. We've walked for like 3 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I noticed is like when you try to take pictures, it never captures like the entirety of what you got. Like you take the picture and then you see what's on the camera, and that's not what you're seeing. It's so much better than what you have in the pictures. And I think it's just because like you get the whole valley and then the plane out there, and it's something special.
How's hike?
It's alright actually. It's better than I thought it was, but the rocks are hard.
They are hard, but you are doing really well. Well done. Keep it up, girl. Morning in camp number 2 on Brandberg.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just slept underneath a beautiful sky in the middle of a gajillion rocks, and it was awesome.
Well, we were talking about going further up, but I said just coming here to our camping space is a huge accomplishment since we've never done something like this before. So going up would be even more an accomplishment, but I mean, this is pretty big.
We've been walking for 2 days now, and it's been very hard on our mind and bodies, but we've persevered. I have a feeling of accomplishment, which I've never felt before, and I think it's because of this experience. You kind of have to push yourself, and everybody helps each other. So it's been amazing. Thank you.
I'm recording.
Africa, Well, I didn't really know at first what to expect of this trip. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but when we got here, especially with Chris and Anita, they were really like kind of our parents. So it was nice, like, introduction, and then when we started hitting the road, it just got really, really adventurous, and it was fun. It was more than I thought that it was going to be. When we got to Swakopmund, that was pretty cool because we got a culture experience, but then we also got to have fun with the dune boarding and everything. So that was a lot of fun. And then when we went to the Himba village, that was really eye-opening also. And we all learned a lot from that, and you know, that was probably like the high point of the trip. It was just a lot of emotion, a lot of wanting to help, and we helped them. We want to help them more, so that was a lot of fun. And Etosha was cool. We got to see freaking lions. That was awesome. So no leopard, but a lion is cool. So relatively speaking, I give this a rate out of 10. I'd give it a 12, just because it was, you know, a lot different than the other trips that I've been on. So it was a lot of fun.
Which other trips have you been on? I've
been on the Galapagos with Miss Duffy, and then we went to Panama last summer, and it was definitely out of those three, this is the best. I mean, just maybe because there's more bonding, I don't know, but it was definitely not what I was expecting, in a good way though. So.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Yummy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, solid.
Yummy, yummy.
Oh, sure. Then number 2.
Well, what do you think of this?
Kind of scary. Pretty cool. 15-20 feet from 3 wild cheetahs. Jungle cats. Jungle cats, yeah, jungle cats. This doesn't happen in America. That's for damn sure.
Go ahead, what do you think of this place?
This place is really crazy.
Where are we?
We're in Africa, in Namibia. And this is the Etosha National Park. And right now, 3 elephants are drinking out of the same watering hole. The one closest to us doesn't like the other 2. He's about to fight them. It's gonna be sick.
What's your favorite animal you've seen so far?
An elephant.
Yeah.
I was walking over to, June wanted me to show them my long hair, and this little girl came up to me and said something. I thought she told me her name, so I said, "Hi, I'm Lainey." And then she stepped in front of me, like blocking me, and said, "No, I'm hungry," and put her hand on my stomach and said, "I'm hungry, can I have food?" And it was definitely one of those moments that I think all of us have had on this trip at some point in time, because it's an indescribable situation when a little kid was standing there holding my stomach, telling me that they were hungry. And it hits you hard realizing where we are and how, yeah, they are smiling and holding your hands and jumping around, but they're hungry, and that's behind it all. I think they have a meal at like 10 o'clock in the afternoon every day, and then I think at night as well. But
Do you remember that when we went in the township, we ate that local food, and it was that white stuff that you ball
I
up?
saw some of the girls with that today.
It's called maize. That's what they have every day. Just maize with no protein, nothing else. That's all they have. And with no protein, no vegetables, it's a really limited diet. So I'm sure they're sort of constantly probably hungry.
Well, it's certainly something that I've never ever experienced before, and I may not ever experience it again. You know, top to bottom, the dunes. I would say probably the highlight for me was going to the school, to the Himba school, and experiencing how they live, and seeing the extreme poverty, and then just getting to help. I mean, even in a kind of small way, by just building a fence just so you know, animals will stay out of their school property. But it made me feel good, and when I saw them get excited, you know, I knew that all of us, we had really contributed something, and especially with the painting too. You know, just small things like that, and then giving them the gifts that we all contributed. I just feel like they really appreciated that, and it made me feel pretty good. So I think I can speak for everybody when I say that.
This is wild. No pun intended. Literally, it's like 10 feet away, a couple meters. And I think it's feeding time. This is.
What'd you think of the trip?
It was a great experience. I got to see things that no one could probably fathom through pictures, and I got to actually identify myself through a lot of things that we did. And then we did some fun things with cheetahs, and got to see a baby elephant, which was a lot of fun, and lions that were pretty cool. But other than that, the trip was amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
What was the highlight for you? Or is there just one? Or
I mean, pretty much the whole trip, but I think when we were at the school, that was definitely something that meant a lot. And with kids that don't have pretty much anything that we have, it really hit me hard.
Cool. Oh yeah,
No,
really? What?
He wasn't just waving. This is Africa.
Yeah, what do you think, Joey?
Oh, I don't think anything.
All you had the question
My
was how's the
brain hurts.
Italian food here in Namibia?
Okay, this trip I think has changed me already, just because we stayed in the same hotel the first night and the last night, and I could just tell the difference about like how, because the first night I was all timid and had never stayed in a place like that at all, and then the last night, like, I knew the routine and I was just a lot more comfortable with the surroundings and the environment. And I just wish more people could experience this trip, because I took a lot of pictures, but there's a lot of things on this trip that pictures couldn't capture.
So what do you think of the sand dunes so far?
These things are awesome.
Did you have fun today?
Absolutely.
You nailed your last jump.
I was looking good. I got lucky on that one.
It was good. It was fun. What do you think of the trip so far? This is actually our first full day.
The other days were pretty long.
They're right behind me.
Yep.
Aren't they? Look at their shadows.
It wasn't actually that bad. It was actually fun on that bus.
Yeah.
Get to hang out and it's really bond, I guess. You
Yeah.
could say that. It's a good group of kids to be with there, that's for sure.
This is what they used to be. That is a dancing for the traditional.
There are 5 cheetahs standing in front of us, just waiting to have donkey meat thrown at them. Oh my gosh!
Send us